planes, trains, and automobiles around here.
Wow, that's energy. Hi, this is an experimental video that I did comparing rock and opera. And I thought that maybe if you want to try something like this yourself with your friends or acquaintances, where you compare your impressions of some music and with their impressions of their favorite music. One thing that I think should be kind of in the background thought process here is the words of the philosopher Schopenhauer, who said that music has its effect due to the fact that it reproduces all the emotions of our innermost being, but entirely without reality and remote from its pain. So we can vicariously experience the pain of a love affair gone bad by listening to the song without actually having to go through all the actual pain of a love affair gone bad. And this may help us deal with it in life, actually. So there's kind of lessons to be derived from music. And this brings up one of the aspects of rock that I think is interesting, I didn't mention in our discussion. And that's what I call duplicity. So you might have rock as a very upbeat, happy rhythm, but you might be singing about something that's really quite sad. So, for example, the Everly Brothers, Bye Bye Love, Hello Loneliness. It's a happy song, but a sad topic. Everything's gone bad for the singer. Another aspect of rock that I think is kind of lacking in opera is what I call existential angst. And that's this sort of a youthful period or period in a young person's life where you just go, nothing makes any sense and everything is going to be a disaster. And maybe Hello Darkness, My Old Friend, Simon and Garfunkel, or Riders on the Storm by the Doors. I mean, that's existential angst. And I think that's, it might be a moment in an opera, but it's not the whole thing. So that's another function or element in rock that I think is interesting. Another part about rock that's interesting is that it's instantly accessible. It's sort of a thing for you're driving around, and it's a car radio. It's great for that. You don't need any backstory. You don't need to know a foreign language. You don't need a whole lot of tutoring to understand what the message is and how to appreciate it. Whereas opera requires a lot of study, and it helps if you know something about a foreign language or read the libretto in translation. And it requires a lot of work, honestly. So it's an acquired taste. I learned a lot making this video, and one of the things I discovered is that there's already some crossover between opera and rock that I didn't even know about. So here's Pavarotti and James Brown.
This is a man's world.
Okay, so who knew, right? And that is really a great production, and It's a Man's World is one of James Brown's greatest songs. Another thing that I didn't know is that Woody Allen apparently was involved in the production and direction of at least one opera, and this is the one that I had worked with or on, and it's from Puccini, and this is one of the most famous arias from this one-act opera. Okay, so this is a young woman trying to convince her father that the man that she wants to marry is really okay. And by the way, if he doesn't accept her chosen person for a husband, she's going to throw herself into the river. So that's the kind of thing you see in opera a lot. So I hope that some of this is informative, and I hope you enjoy it. Hi everyone, I'm here with Cindy Smith, and we're going to discuss our various kinds of music that we like. individually, and they're quite different. So Cindy's a rock aficionado, right?
Well, my kids attend the Let There Be Rock School, and so I've gotten where I've acquired a taste for metal as well, but rock is my true love.
Okay, and you kind of grew up with it too.
Absolutely. I'm an
Yeah.
80s girl, so
Yeah,
I love
okay.
80s music.
So this is exactly the time I stopped listening to rock. I think there was David Bowie somewhere around in there, and that was kind of the end.
I just did it for you.
Yeah, that was the end. Yeah, and so so mine is opera,
Okay.
and the reason is that as an undergraduate I went overseas to I went overseas to Germany,
Okay.
and that's where I was exposed to it and fell in love with it.
Oh, okay.
So, all right, so we're going to experiment here, and I'm going to watch some of the videos that you like, and then
Okay.
you watch something that I like.
Awesome. Yep.
So-
Nothing else matters.
Nothing else
Classic ballad.
matters. Okay.
Never care for what they do. Never care for what they know. Nothing else matters.
So what'd you think?
Okay, it's nice. It's nice. I like it. I mean, it's not bad. Okay.
You didn't hate it.
No, I didn't hate it. No. Yeah, I mean, it's nice. I like the guitar work at the end there. That was pretty good. I'm not sure the lyric says anything to me, but kind of. Does it say something to you?
I don't know. I guess I feel like it was when he was really trying to. It was after he had gotten sober and he had learned, he had kind of come to terms with that family is important and that it's
Okay.
not everything else that matters. And so that's kind of, I guess, where.
Okay.
That's why it means a little more, because I kind of know the backstory.
Okay.
So.
Terrific.
And that's really important.
A great lead into opera because it's incomprehensible without the backstory.
Yes.
And I'm going to tell you the backstory.
Okay.
And so, actually, if you had told me that beforehand, it might have.
It would have made more.
Yeah, it might have helped. There's some. What's the famous one that was written by rock star? It's about the other guy's girlfriend. He was quite taken with her.
Oh.
Yeah. And I don't think people were supposed to know that. They thought it was just a girl's name, but no, it wasn't.
Interesting.
Yeah. Okay. Should we do another one?
Sure. Let's do something different. Let's do the Stray Heart by Green Day.
Okay. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So that was a little different.
Yes, that was different. And you know, anytime I can feel the rhythm, you know, I'm go back to rock in the 50s and 60s, and if it's short and it's a very simple lyric, I'm in, basically.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like that one.
Okay,
Yeah,
good.
it's good.
Good.
Yeah.
A little more upbeat, peppy.
Yeah. Okay. Another one? Do you have another one?
Motley Crue, Kickstart My Heart.
Okay.
Look at that go! Check it out! Yeah! Look at that! Choice! This is it! Back home, sweet home! Yeah! This is where it all began. Yeah!
Wow. Wow. That's energy. You know, and I like that. That's good. I mean, you know what it made me think that rock is about life, energy, power. You know, all these things that are youthful, powerful, exciting. I mean, am I right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's about the whole performance, too.
Yes.
I mean, as you can see from watching it as a video,
Right.
it's definitely about the
Right.
stage presence and the
Right.
excitement and getting the crowd involved.
Right. That was maybe more than half of it when I was watching that, because the way it's put together. Yeah. So I mean, opera is of course a visual thing as well. So music, actually, rock caught up with opera, and that from that point of view, it became a visual medium, and opera has always been, obviously. But the other thing that occurred to me is that's about life and power, energy, youthfulness, and opera is often about death. So most of the things that I brought for you today are of that ilk. Somebody's either going
So
to...
now we're going to bring it down a little bit.
What I want to do for you is make it as if you had, this is the first opera you ever saw. So you would have the stage, the notes, they always give a synopsis.
Oh, okay.
That they give you, and you should read it, of course, before you
So you know
watch
what's going
act
on.
by act. Yeah, you have to read act, I mean, because otherwise you'll just be completely lost.
Okay.
And so I'm going to read for you some of the notes for Act 1 of La Boheme
Okay.
by Puccini, which is one of my favorites and also one of the most performed operas ever in the world. So it's about four destitute artists living in a garret in Paris in 1830s. And the landlord knocks on the door and they get rid of him, and then the other three leave, and that leaves Rodolfo, and he's left behind to finish, he's writing his article. He says, I'll come join you later. Then there's a knock on the door. The visitor is Mimi, a pretty neighbor whose candle has gone out in the stairwell. As she enters the room, she suddenly feels faint. Rodolfo gives her a sip of wine, then helps her to the door and relights her candle. Mimi then realizes she has lost her key when she fainted, and as the two search for it, both candles go out, and Rodolfo finds the key and slips it into his pocket. Which you can see that he does this because obviously he wants to hang around with her a little bit longer. in the moonlight, he takes Mimi's hand and is pretending to search for the key. Oh,
Right.
I touched your hand by mistake. Oh, and he says, well, your hand is so cold. Then he sings about that, about let me warm your hand up. He tells her about his dreams. And then he says, well, what about you? And Mimi says, well, I embroider flowers, and I'm waiting for spring, and just tells him about what she's all about.
Okay.
So they've exchanged stories. So I want to show you the one where Mimi is saying, here's my story.
Mi chiamano bene, ma il mio nome Lucia. La storia mia è breve, a te la seta ricamo in casa e fuori. Son tranquilla e lieta, ed al mio svago argigli e rose. Mi piaccion quelle cose che anzi dolce Maria che parlano che parlano di sogni e di chimere, quelle cose che hanno nome poesia. Lei m'intende? Sì. Mi chiamano bene, perché non so, sola mi fa il pranzo da me stessa, non vado sempre a messa, ma prego assai il Signor, vivo sola, soletta, là in una bianca cameretta guardo sui tetti e in cielo i fior ch'io faccio, ahimè, non hanno odore. Altro di me non le saprei narrare, sono la sua vicina che la vien fuori d'ora a importunare.
Wow. So that's definitely more powerful than I ever imagined.
Okay.
I am glad that the subtitles were there so I know what she was
Yeah,
saying, because
right.
that would have made it, I don't know that I would have
Yeah, you don't-
absorbed as much if
Yeah,
I
you
could
don't get
understand what was happening, even with giving me the
Right.
the
Right.
backstory. But just watching her sing that, you could like feel all the emotion and everything in her song. And even though I didn't understand the words she was saying, you could see it
Yeah.
and feel it. It was powerful.
Well, I'm glad you liked it, found it powerful. I can't watch it. I can't watch it without tearing up.
Yeah.
I absolutely can't. I'm even choked up now.
Yeah.
Just thinking about it.
Yeah.
Of course, I said that it's a lot of operas about death.
Mm-hmm.
So the problem is, you know, at this point she's going to die. So.
Oh, poor Mimi, Lucia.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, even if you watch it the first time,
Mm-hmm.
and you don't know what that, but you feel the sadness.
Yeah.
You feel something is going on here. It's very, very deep, you know.
Yeah.
And then they separate. They have an affair, a torrid affair, and then she's a little bit loose, and she runs off with a military guy, and he doesn't have enough money. He can't keep her going, and everything like that. And then I can't even relate the end. It's too emotional.
Oh.
But anyway, she dies at the end. So
Wow.
that's number one. You know who Luciano Pavarotti is?
Mm-hmm. I mean, I know the name.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you know the song Nessun Dorma? Turandot is a queen in China, and she had some sort of problem with men, so that she likes to see them suffer and die. So she says, well, anyone can marry me, but you have to answer 3 riddles first. And of course they never do, and then they die when the moon rises at midnight.
Oh, goodness.
So she loses a lot of suitors that way. So
Surprised anybody would even want to be a suitor for that.
right, but she's very attractive. So unbeknownst to her, there's a fellow who's new in town, and Caliph, I guess his name is, and he says, okay, yeah, I'm going to try for it. And everyone tries to talk him out of it. You're gonna be dead, man. It's not going to work.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes and gets the audience with her, and she says, what is born each night and dies at dawn? Hope, replies Caliph correctly. Turandot continues, what flickers red and warm like a flame, yet is not a flame? Blood, Caliph replies after moments of thought. Shaken, Turandot delivers the third riddle. What is like ice but burns? And if it accept you as a slave, makes you a king. Tense silence prevails until Caliph triumphantly cries, Turandot, in other words, you.
Whoa!
The crowd erupts in joy, and the princess vainly begs her father not to give her to the stranger. So you already made this agreement, now she's trying to get out of it.
Oh.
So he doesn't want her to reluctantly hook up with him through force. So he says, well, he's thinking, well, it's just a matter of enough time here. You know, we're
Right.
it's going to work out. So, hoping to win her love, Caliph challenges Turandot to a challenge of his own. If she can learn his name by dawn, he will forfeit his life. So his name, nobody knows him except one person. And she doesn't tell. I won't go into details on that. But at night, we don't know this yet, but at night is the famous aria, Nessun, Dorma. That means everyone sleeps. And that's what Pavarotti is very famous for. So at the end, at the beginning, he's talking about everyone's asleep and everything, and I know that, but it's going to work out, and I will succeed. Vincerà means I will succeed.
Okay.
Okay, so what do you think?
Well, that's definitely a powerful song.
In the context that I gave you, does it help? I mean, does it? seem
Oh
like it-
yes,
yeah.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah.
And I like watching him sing it
Yeah.
because you can
Yeah.
see it's like he's channeling that character
Absolutely.
and everything. I mean, he's definitely playing the part. You know,
Yes.
As he's bringing that message.
Yes.
through.
You see the thoughts on the faces of opera singers.
Mm-hmm.
And incidentally, one of my good friends explained this to me, that do you know who Stanislavski is? Stanislavski is the method acting.
Okay.
So you channel every person that you want to be, you know.
Okay.
So that comes from opera, he told me. And studying the way that opera singers, they channel the whole time. And when you watch the performances at the Met, they never lose character. They're always in it, even if there's a ovation and applause goes on. They keep the same expression. It's like it's,
Right.
you know, carved in stone on their face.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a really remarkable thing to see.
Yeah.
So that's you know, why all these Hollywood actors who do the method are, well, I would say all of them, but you know, a lot of them that do it are so famous, because it's what's a part of the reason it's so convincing.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because
Because you're no longer acting, really.
Yes,
you're
you're being that person.
interpreting that person.
Yeah, it's like,
through yourself.
who's the guy who played Batman? Anyway, this guy takes off 50 pounds just to be in the part.
Oh, Val Kilmer. He did that
Okay.
with several of his. 'Cause
Okay.
when he was in Tombstone,
Yeah.
and he played Doc Holliday.
Okay.
He lost like 70 pounds or something because he had
Okay.
to play an emaciated
Right.
Doc Holliday
That's
who
what I
was
mean.
dying of TB.
That isn't the one I was thinking of, but that's.
He played Batman too, though.
Yeah, right, he did. Right.
I guess also what was interesting is he's not doing, like in what you showed me, he's not actually in an opera at that moment. But he's still, you can still see it and feel it.
Yeah.
What he's conveying, because he is, like you said, he is that character.
Let's do a little bit of. I give you a choice here. Would you like another sad Puccini, Lady's About to Die play, or would you like something? This is interesting. It's based on the story of Nebuchadnezzar and the Babylonian captivity.
Oh.
And it's the slave chorus.
Well, we can try it. Let's try that one.
Okay. So basically, the background is just they're been taken away from their home. And, this one was I saw this one live. I mean, as it was being broadcast. I wasn't actually in New York. It's a very unusual thing. This particular performance, they did an encore, which almost never happens. Nobody ever does. You know, okay, let me hear that again.
Right.
But this one, they did, which is very unusual.
Wow.
So, if you think about displaced people, just in general, I'm providing a little bit of interpretation for you here. So, you think about displaced people in general, think about all the refugees in the world at the present moment. And when Verdi was writing this, he may have had something like that in mind. It's a little bit controversial if he did or not. But Italy was in a state, it wasn't even a state then.
Oh.
So it wasn't even a nation then, a unified nation. So there was a lot of this kind of thing going on, displaced, dispossessed people.
Gotcha.
So, okay, yeah.
So how old is the piece?
It's in the 1840s or something like that. Yeah.
Start it?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll wait for the plane.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have planes, trains, and automobiles around here.
repeated it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just the looks on their faces are so like,
As I told you, they never break character.
yeah, as it pans around and you see the different ones, it's like, it's the same expression every time you see them.
Right.
You're exactly right.
Right. Yeah. So you liked it?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did. Thank you for exposing me to a whole new genre. That I didn't- I knew it was out there, but I never
Yeah.
thought to look for it.
Okay. Right.
Awesome.
Okay, so they have them, Fathom Events has them in the local theater
Oh, okay.
during the winter.
Okay.
And so
Awesome.
hopefully we'll see you there at Fathom Events in your local theater.
Yes, definitely. I'll
Yeah.
be looking
It's-
for that.
It's expensive, it's $25 or $30, but
For a great night of entertainment, that's
yeah,
nothing.
it's not too bad. Yeah. So anything else you want to say about rock or opera?
Well, I think that all music genres speak to people, just in different ways. And I think that music is good for the soul, regardless of what type of genre you enjoy. And exposing yourself to different genres can always open your eyes and ears to new and exciting adventures.
Wow, well said. And I think also at different times.
Yes.
You know, different times of the
Yes.
day, different times in your life.
Mhm.
And we pointed out Metallica wrote this song at a particular point in their life.
Right.
And so, Verdi wrote this at a particular point in his life.
Sure.
And yeah, I agree. I think you should listen to all kinds of music, really. I think it's good for you to listen to all types of things. So, well, I thought it was a good experiment.
Yeah, I
And-
enjoyed it. Thank you for
okay.
inviting me.
Okay, well.
See you next time.
We'll see you. Bye.